single day. I'm gonna make something great.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I am a mom to two little kids, a 3 and a 5-year-old. I am married to Zach and I live in Ohio. I have two little dogs as well. I would love to have you join our little family, our little channel here. I do a lot of cleaning, organizing, day in the life with kids, motherhood kind of videos. So I would love to have you. So in my last video, or maybe 2 videos ago, I requested questions to do like a question and answer video. Maybe next time I can have Zach included, but he is actually in Dayton, which is 3 hours away. So he is not here for this, but I figured while the kids are at preschool, I can go ahead and knock out these questions. I got 17 questions, well, 17 different questions, but the main question that everyone asked was, how did you and your husband meet? And it's just funny because 7 people asked that. That's the only question that was asked multiple times, which is kind of funny. But anyway, so I'll just start with that. How did you and your husband meet? We actually met on Match.com. Most people are like, they just don't really believe that, but it worked. I remember I had just gotten out of a 6-year relationship where I was engaged and everything, but it just felt more like, he felt more like a brother to me. So a couple months after that, I was sitting at home and it just kind of felt like fate. It was weird, but like there was a commercial on. It was a Match.com commercial and I was just like, I never in a million years thought I would ever try that. But I did, and a month later, I met Zach. So, and it's just funny because we both signed up at the same time and we were both on for like a month and that's it. And we met each other. It's crazy. So that's how we met on there. And I'm so sad because there's no way, like I tried to log back on to see if I could read our old messages or like print out our old profiles just to keep, and I can't. And Zach's even emailed the people and I guess they delete everything. So that's fine. Guys, sorry, that's my dogs. Let me let them out real quick. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so number 2, how long have Zach and I been together? Let's see, we met in 2011. So we met on February 28th, like in person. So we just called that our anniversary. So it's going to be 9 years next week. And then we've been married for 6 years. We got married in 2013, so 6 years. So 9 years we've been together, which blows my mind. Next year, 10 years, that's going to be crazy. But I wouldn't change it. Next question is, what is your favorite vacation destination? I would honestly, I mean, we've been to Disney and I liked that, but I prefer, as much as the kids love Disney and it is fun, I prefer like the beach just because it's calmer, it's not so go. So I would say so far, the beaches we've been to, I would say Outer Banks for sure. It was just a lot more calm. It wasn't so like touristy, at least where we went. So I would say Outer Banks on the beach. We went there last summer, I believe. Yeah, last summer. Number 4, what is your guilty pleasure? Hands down, I don't even have to think about it. Ice cream. It's so bad. I have the worst sweet tooth. I could like wake up in the morning and eat ice cream. It's so bad. Mint chip is my favorite, or mint M&M. So definitely ice cream, which does not help me right now when I'm trying to be a little bit healthier, but that's definitely my guilty pleasure, my go-to. It's one of my favorite things to have, like if we have like a movie night or something like that. So that's definitely my guilty pleasure. Number 5, do you have any vacations planned for this year? We do. We're going in October, like probably the first week of October. We haven't booked it for sure, but should be early October. We're going to Disney for the 2nd time. We went 2 years ago in October, and it was just a good month to go, even though it was so hot. So we're hoping it's not as hot, but we'll see. But we're going to go to Disney for a week. And then every other year, so not this year, Every other year we do a beach vacation with a bunch of our close friends and their families, which is so much fun. It's like 20 people on a beach house. So we do that every other year, and that ends up being on the odd years. So we'll do that next year. Number 6. What has your favorite age been with your kids so far, and why? So let's see. I loved the newborn phase. If I could go back to that, oh my gosh, I would love to snuggle my little babies. But probably like as far as age, I would probably say 2. I feel like when they were turned 1, they couldn't really communicate with you, and they were like trying to get into stuff and couldn't really like, 1 was hard for me. 2, I loved because you could see their brains like developing, and they started trying to talk, talking more and like doing all this different stuff, and you can just see their little minds going and their little personalities coming out. So I would say the age of 2, my kids really didn't have terrible 2s. The 3s, no, I don't want to go back to that. Max is 3.5, and man, like even for preschool this morning, it was hard. He's just in a phase, so definitely not 3. I do like 4, but I would say my favorite is age 2. Number 7, how old are you? Thanks, Bailey. I know you asked this. I am 33. Zach and I are both 33. I am about 3 weeks older than Zach. So we're pretty much the same age. We both turned 33 in the fall. Number 8, how did you come up with your kids' names? So my daughter's name is Hannah Madison. Hannah, so we were between 3 names when I was pregnant with her. It was between Ava, Hannah, and Ella. And then, so Zach and I remember driving in the car, probably on the way to a doctor's appointment, and we were talking about those 3 names, and he said that Ella reminded him of Rihanna's song, like the Umbrella song, and that he would always want to say like Umbrella, Ella, Ella. So we didn't pick that. And then Ava, he said, just sounded like a mean girl name. So we went with Hannah. He really liked that. I really liked that. I think, yeah, I came up with her name, her first name. And then her middle name, which is Madison, Zach's grandmother, her name is Madeline, and he suggested that. But I didn't really want the same name, and I didn't really care for that name too much, so he mentioned Madison. So I love that, and Hannah Madison just flows really well. So that is what we picked for her, Hannah Madison. So I picked her first name, Zach picked her second name, and that is how we got her name. And then let me let the dogs in real quick. 1 second. Okay. And then my son, who is 3, his name is Maxwell Grant. So Max, I can't remember the show. When I was pregnant with him, I was binge watching the show on Netflix. What was it called? Neighbor? I forget what it's called. But the son's name in it was Max. And I had the hardest time coming up with a boy name. I think I was close to over 20 weeks easily when I picked his name. That was a hard one because every name that I liked, he didn't like. I really liked Camden, but Zach didn't like that. And then Parker was on our list, but at the time I didn't really care for it enough to name my kid that. So Max we loved. So we decided Max, but we didn't know like which version of Max. So I really liked Maxwell. Zach liked Maxton, like Maxton. So we decided on that at first, but I just thought it was too different. And I don't know, I just didn't like it enough. So we went with Maxwell, which I do love. I think it's very fitting for him. We always call him Max though. And then his middle name, Grant, is his grandpa's middle name. So Zach's dad, his middle name is Grant. So we went with that, Maxwell Grant. I'm looking down because I wrote all these down. Number 9, what is your favorite thing to do when you have alone time? Alone time is precious if you're a mother. Honestly, I I usually, so alone time being like when they're in preschool, I do like to do my yoga classes unless I do them in the evenings. I haven't been as good as keeping up on them, but I do like yoga a lot. It helps like calm my mind and my anxiety and stuff like that. And then, so if I'm not doing yoga, if I'm at home while they're napping, I would, I usually, if I'm relaxing and not cleaning or something, I binge watch Teen Mom. I know I've been watching it since I was young. Um, so I binge watch like my shows that I have recorded, or, oh, I like to read. I need to find some books though. So if you have any book recommendations, I do like to read a lot too, so that too. I read a lot more in the summer though, I feel like, because I'll like to sit on the front porch and read when the kids are napping. So that's probably another thing I like to do. Let's see. Number 10, your favorite family activity. Trying to think here. So this time of year is kind of like hit or miss because we can't get out of the house a whole lot because it's cold. But honestly, like activities, like just little things like going out to dinner. We've been doing, so there's this, it's called Scene 75, this little game place. There's a mini golf there and the kids love that. That's a fun little activity we do. So mini golf. Otherwise, I mean, we do a lot of things here at home. Like we do little game nights in the wintertime. Hannah's into like lots of pretend things. So as far as like activities, like stuff like that. Or like arts and crafts. They're big on that too. Number 11, what's your favorite holiday? I used to not really have one, but now for sure it's Christmas since I've had kids, because it's like just seeing it through their eyes is like the best thing in the world. I might sound cliche, I don't know, but it's made Christmas like so enjoyable, and like just seeing their faces light up, it's the best. And seeing their little like minds in the magic and everything behind it. So definitely Christmas. Number 12, favorite thing to do with the kids. So the thing I think of first is definitely in the spring, summertime. I love just taking them outside. Hannah loves riding. We live on a cul-de-sac, so Hannah loves riding her bike in a little circle. And this year, Max will be able to ride with her. He couldn't really figure out his bike last summer. So just taking them out front, playing with chalk or riding their bikes. We have a little like play set in the backyard. They like to do that. So just being outside with them and playing. Number, let's see, 13, your favorite memory from each kid's early years. Let's see, I would say, so for Hannah, since she was my first, my favorite memory of her was just that newborn stage, that little baby phase where I was a new mom and I held her constantly, snuggled her constantly. So like I remember that so vividly in my head, just holding her all the time. And just watching her like while she slept. So I would say that for her. But definitely for both of them, their first beach trip, we went to the beach for the first time for them when Hannah was 2.5 and Max had just turned 1. And it was like the coolest thing ever. I have a few videos of them playing on the beach, Hannah like discovering shells for the first time and collecting them, and Max couldn't even walk, and I had to hold his hands to walk with him in the sand. So definitely that memory of them. Number 14, do you have any hidden talents? I don't think I do. Hidden talents. I am the most like uncoordinated person. Have never played a sport team in my life. I don't think I have a hidden talent. I can't sing. I don't think I have one. I'm gonna have to say I don't have one. I'm boring, I know. Number 15, what were you like in high school? I bet a lot of you guys could guess, because a lot of you guys pick up on the fact that I'm like really soft-spoken. So if this says anything, like the senior year superlatives where like you're nominated for like the best whatever, I was nominated for the most quiet. which is so true. High school, I was the good girl. I was shy. I was so quiet, innocent for sure. So that's what I was known for. Like I didn't go to parties. I didn't like drink or any of that stuff, which is crazy to me that people did that in high school. Thinking back, that's how innocent I was. Um, so I think like the worst thing I ever did in like high school was that for senior lunch when we could leave, like we skipped the rest of the day and we got a detention for that. So me and my best friend Erica did that. We went out to lunch and then just went home and hung out instead of going back to school. That's literally the worst that I did. I don't think I had my first alcoholic drink till like the summer after college or after high school. That's how good I was. So I was definitely the good girl. A goody two shoes probably. I hope Hannah gets that. I really do. I mean, I don't want her to be as shy as me, I guess, but being good, because I'm terrified of those years. Anyway, that's off subject. Two more questions. What is your favorite nail polish color? Hands down, it's like a corally pink color. I don't know the exact name, so it's not like hot pink, but it's like a corally pink, especially in the summer. Like when you get a tan, it looks really, really pretty. So definitely that. Number 17, if you could live on the beach or visit a new country each year for a week, what would you pick? This is easy for me. Definitely live on the beach. So if visiting another country freaks me out. Minus my honeymoon when we went to Mexico. Going somewhere each year, a different country, especially with little kids, freaks me out a little bit. Just being in different cultures, different foods, it's way out of my comfort zone. I like to know like my surroundings and what to expect. I'm a huge planner person. So I think it would freak me out to be going all these different places where there's different languages and cultures and stuff like that. Sure, every once in a while, but I don't think I could do it all the time. So definitely I would love to live on a beach versus that. So not to have this crazy, it's like flurrying out right now. It's like 30 degrees and I'm ready for spring. So that is the end of my questions. I hope maybe you learned a little bit more about me. One question that wasn't asked was what is your profession or do you work? And I just figured I'd throw that in. So I went to school for nursing in college. I have my bachelor's in nursing. I'm from Cincinnati and I did 4 years on a med surg floor, which was hard. It was a lot of trach patients and really, really sick, like surgery patients. It was hard, a lot of cancer. Yeah, it was hard, but it gave me a lot of experience as a new nurse. So I worked there for 4 years. And then when we moved to Cleveland, after that, I worked just up until a few months ago, actually. I stopped working in October to be a stay-at-home mom, which has always been my dream. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, like hands down. It's been my dream for sure. But I was a nurse for five years on the mom and baby unit, the postpartum floor, which I loved. I miss those little babies. And it's just a happy floor to work on. So if I ever go back, I for sure want to do that again. So I was a nurse for 9 years, and then my husband's been telling me for like 2 years now that I can stay home, and I went back and forth for the longest time, like, should I not? Like, should I give this up? But I'm not giving it up. Like, I'm renewing my license, I'm keeping it current, and when the time comes, if I decide I want to go back, I can. So I have the experience behind my belt. So for now, this is what I want. I want to be with my kids all the time and not stress about missing things. So yeah, that is my kind of life. So I hope you learned more about me. Maybe we can get Zach in this next time if you have questions for him. And then, yeah, that's all. So I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment below. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel. I have some videos coming soon. Yeah. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.
Every single day